In molten electrolytes, no new ions are introduced. But in aqueous solutions, remember we are adding water to dissolve our solid ionic compound. Therefore, an H plus ion will come in there, and then an OH minus ion will come in there. These are from the water molecule, H2O. So the H2O will dissociate or split to give us H plus and then OH minus. But our metal and non-metal will still exist. Okay? So let's say we have a solution of sodium chloride. We have our salt, and then we add water to this. We're going to have the H plus and then the OH minus, in addition to the sodium plus and then the chlorine minus. Okay, so these are the ions that will be present in an aqueous solution. We have the H plus, the OH minus from the water, and then we are also going to have our metal and non-metal. Now let's go on to see how their ions are going to move. If the metal is higher than H plus in the reactivity series, hydrogen gas is formed. But if the metal is lower than H plus in the reactivity series, the metal is formed. What this means is that if we have H plus in the solution, and then we have sodium plus in the solution. Now, sodium is higher than hydrogen on the reactivity series. Therefore, the hydrogen is the ion that is going to move to the cathode. The sodium is going to stay at the bottom. Okay, the sodium is very reactive, so it will even react before the electrolysis action starts taking place. So the sodium is going to be collected at the bottom, but the hydrogen will move to the cathode and then gain electron. So hydrogen gas will be formed, and then we start seeing bubbles at the cathode. Okay, so the ion or the metal that is going to be released at the cathode depends on the position of the metal on the reactivity series. If it is higher than hydrogen, hydrogen will be released. But if the metal is lower than hydrogen in the reactivity series, that metal will be formed at the cathode. So higher than the hydrogen in the reactivity series, hydrogen will be formed. Lower than hydrogen in the reactivity series, that metal which is lower than hydrogen will be formed at the cathode. On the other hand, for the anode, now once we have a halide present, halides are just the group 7 elements. Once we have a halide present, for example chlorine, it will be formed if in high concentration, but oxygen will be formed if the halide is in low concentration. So if our solution is a concentrated sodium chloride solution, the chlorine gas will be formed over here. But if the solution is very dilute, if the salt in the water is very, very small, then oxygen will be formed here. Okay, so the cations are going to move depending on the position on the reactivity series. The anions are going to move depending on how concentrated the halide is. If the halide is not present, oxygen will be released. If the halide is present in high concentration, that means the halide will be released. The halide is a group 7 element.